We are Blackmore. We are St. Louis.
Let's get it started here tonight. We're at Busch Stadium in St. Louis, and this evening, the final weekend series of the regular season as the Cardinals play host to the Chicago Cubs. And it's a look at the standings for the best overall record right now in the National League. The Cardinals are tied with Atlanta. That's an all-important aspect of these three games. We'll also keep an eye on what's happening with Pittsburgh and Cincinnati. The magic number in the Central is down to 1. Pirates and Reds, top of the third. No score. We'll keep an eye on that all evening long. And welcome to Cardinals Baseball. It's a three-man booth. I'm Dan McLaughlin. That's Rick Horton. The Mad Hungarian Al Raboski is with us. Rick, bottom line, this is a fun time of year.
It's always fun when it's September and you're playing baseball, but even more so when they're meaningful games, and the Cardinals just seem to do that year after year.
Cubs in town now and a chance to clinch.
Well, the Cubs, they're a good opponent. They're the rivals for St. Louis. They would love to be the spoilers. They've already seen two other teams celebrate this week. They don't want to make it a third, and yet we do.
And, Rick, you've had a chance to do this back in the 1980s. Win a division. What's it mean to those guys down there?
Well, there's a couple of check marks left, and one is to win a division, and you also want the best overall record. But first things first, when you win a division, it's a big celebration, and we're hoping for one of those here tonight.
And for the Cardinals, it is Lance Lynn getting the start. Lynn, last couple of times out, Al's been very good.
Yes, he has. Mike Matheny was talking about it ever since he was issued kind of a challenge. He has responded and pitched very well, and he always pitches well against the Cubs.
Well, it's Travis Wood getting the start tonight for the Chicago Cubs. He is 1 inning shy of 200. We understand he'll only go 1 inning here tonight, so we'll see the bullpen of the Chicago Cubs. A look at the rookies, the impact they've made, next. Tonight, the magic number is down to 1 for the St. Louis Cardinals. From those kids to the kids on the field, the young arms defining St. Louis, Al, in 2013.
Cardinal rookies had 36 wins this year. John Gast had a couple. He's not with the ball club right now, out with surgery. So if you look at the young flamethrowers on the right ledger, you will see the contributions by Cardinal rookies this year. Unbelievable when you think about the guys in the rotation, the guys coming out of the bullpen. The future is so bright for the Cardinals, and it's unheard of to think about a team that has used 20 rookies winning its division. That is the St. Louis Cardinals.
Well, speaking of unbelievable, that's been the case this season with Matt Carpenter. He's in the leadoff spot. He'll bat second. Wait a minute, he'll hit second.
After redefining his game, he started to rewrite the Redbird record books. Never played second base before? No problem. Never hit leadoff before? No problem. How about leading the league in hits, runs, and double plays turned? No problem. He's gone from reserve to renown. He can set the table, and he can clear it. He is the human rally.
Carpenter, deep right, at the wall, gone! The All-Star puts the Cardinals on top, and a charge into that baby. Two-run shot for Carpenter.
Some say that Carpenter is only as good as his tools. Fortunately for Matt Carpenter, he's got plenty of great tools to choose from. Whether it's working the count, drilling a double into the gap, or turning yet another double play, Carpenter has built himself a season to remember.
teams. One division title. It's one game to go. Have a good time. Here we go. See your Mid-America Chevy dealer or log on to stlchevy.com. Dobbs Tire and Auto Centers, #1 for quality tires and expert auto service. Save big money at Menards on all your home improvement needs. And by Steak and Shake. Steak and Shake, just no equal. It is a beautiful night for baseball here in St. Louis in the Gateway City. Al Raboski, Rick Horton, Dan McLaughlin with you as we turn to our Toyota keys to the game.
Well, there's a lot of keys here tonight, but I'm going to center on two of them, Dan. One is to ride the emotion. It's been a very emotional last week or so for the Cardinals. They've played well with this emotion, with plenty on the line. Keep it going. Number 2, a sharp Lance Lynn. Always dependent upon how your starter does on any given night. And Lance Lynn, for the most part lately, has been very, very good.
Lance Lynn is our key starter. Overall record of 14-10, just like a season ago this year. His season, you look at it, and really defined in many ways, Rick, by the great run support he's received.
He's gotten a lot of run support. If any problems Lance Lynn has had, you have to look at all the numbers. You'd say walks perhaps have been a bit of a problem for him. He has nearly 80 walks on the season. He's 4th in the National League. But lately he's been pounding the zone better, going more straight to the plate. Derek Williquist, and he had been working quite a bit, and we like what we've seen of late.
The Pirates have jumped out to a lead on the Reds, 2-0. Cardinals take care of business tonight. We don't worry about Pittsburgh or Cincinnati. Fastball and a strike to Starlin Castro. And that's how we start what could be a clinching evening here in St. Louis. Castro hitting .243. How about the fact that Lance Lynn has had more than 24 hours to think about what could be a clinching game here tonight?
Oh, boy, he knows how important this is. Well, he's got some postseason experience under his belt, too. In fact, he even went in a game where Tony La Russa didn't even want him.
There's a line drive and a base hit into right field.
Talking about the day where he called for Jason Mott and looked on the mound and saw Lance Lynn and literally said to him, "What are you doing here?"
Right.
How about that? That's never been said in postseason play before.
No. Cubs batting order: Castro, Murphy, and Rizzo. Navarro, Shearholtz, Sweeney, Bogusevic, Barney, and the pitcher Travis Wood. Cardinals defense around the horn brought to you by Dobbs Tire and Auto Centers. Holliday, Jay, and Beltran in the outfield. Freese and Cosma on the left side. Carpenter, Adams on the right side. Yachty's behind the plate. And a fastball taken high by Donnie Murphy. Murphy hitting .259, 11 home runs, and 22 RBIs.
To go back to your question, Lance Lynn, if he went anywhere in St. Louis, was reminded every step he took just how important this game is, because certainly the St. Louis community is aware of the importance of this game and very excited about it. There's a buzz around town right now about these Cardinals, and Lance Lynn has to kind of use that in a positive way. Again, take that energy and somehow channel that into the glove of Yachty or Molina.
2 balls and 1 strike. On the other side, the Cubs have a chance to come in their final 3 games of this season and play spoiler against the Cardinals.
Well, as Al mentioned, they're tired of watching celebrations. They've done it twice already.
That's right. 2-2 the count. And they had to go through that at their home ballpark. Makes it even tougher to swallow. Two. Foul back. Last time the Cardinals won a Central Division championship, it was in 2009. The Cardinals clinched on the road at Colorado. At that time, Tony La Russa at the helm. This time, it's Mike Matheny, having guided now 2 teams to postseason play. The 2-2 is popped up right side, and that'll find the seats out of play. There wasn't a place I went around town yesterday and again this morning and this afternoon, Rick, that just could not stop talking about the Cardinals and about this game tonight.
Wondering about who the 4 pitchers are going to be in the playoffs, who's going to make the roster, what's the celebration going to be like, how awesome is it to be at the ballpark right now. All those questions just keep coming up, and it is more of an electric place right now. You can just feel the energy here at the ballpark.
First strikeout of the night for Lance Lynn.
Fastball up in the zone. Lynn can get strikeouts with his fastball both up and down, and he really needs to do that. Mike Matheny talked about Waka and why he was so good the other night, and he said his basic ability that night was to throw fastballs to 4 corners of the plate. And when Lance Lynn is right, he can do that as well. He can get strikes up and in, down and away, down and in, up and away. And it makes the plate just seem that much bigger for the hitter, a lot more to have to cover.
Anthony Rizzo at the plate. He's hit .196 against St. Louis this year. Concern for the Cubs has been the fact that they feel some of their young stars have dropped off. One is standing at first in Starlin Castro, and the other's at the plate. And so there's question marks surrounding Dale Swaim and his staff. Would they come back and be part of this team in 2014?
That's a good question and a hard question. Castro has been a .300 hitter, and he's hit just .243 this season, so that's to your point.
And a fly ball lifted out to right field. Beltran is there. He was playing deep. Leadoff hit by Starlin Castro into right. Strikeout of Murphy. Rizzo the lineout. Diner Navarro, a switch hitting catcher.
Dan, don't you think it has something to do with the fact that in Castro's case and Rizzo's case too is there's not a lot of parts around you?
Absolutely.
And it's hard to hit .300 when everybody else around you is hitting .220. It's just that much more difficult. You're going to get tougher pitches to hit. You're going to feel the burden to try to drive in runs because nobody else is doing it. I just think it's tough, especially on a young guy.
To further the point, then, you have to ask the question, do you lock guys up as long as they did, as early as they have done in their careers? Because is the edge then lost on a young player like a Castro, a Rizzo? Not saying that it is, but it certainly has to be a concern anytime you give a player a contract like that.
my feeling is you're better off locking up players on a winning team than on a losing team, because you're locking players up to avoid paying the big price for them later, but you know they're going to get a positive experience because they're going to get used to winning and they're going to develop more. And on a losing team, you're just never quite sure. It's like rolling the dice.
1-2 on Navarro. There's a look at Dale Swaim, who is under contract, and his staff through next year. One ball and 2 strikes. Lynn has already struck out 1. Now he's got number 2. 2 in the inning for Lance Lynn. No score after a half inning. Cardinals a chance to clinch tonight with a win. Carpenter, Beltran, and Holliday, followed by Adams, Molina, Freese, Jay, Cosma, and Lynn. Cubs defense brought to you by Dobbs Tire and Auto Centers. Bogusevic, Sweeney, and Shearholtz in the outfield. Murphy and Castro on the left side. Barney and Rizzo on the right side. Navarro is behind the plate. And as we mentioned before, our understanding is Travis Wood will get 1 inning tonight, which would give him 200 on the season. And that'll be it. And it's the Cubs bullpen.
So we don't need to talk about him very long because he's going to be in there for about 7 minutes. But he's had a good year. ERA under 3. In fact, he's got the 8th best ERA in the National League. And I'm okay with the Cubs doing this. And they're not 100% sure who's coming in. But I think if you're going to do something unusual like this, you better bring in a left-hander, because I think you're basically playing with the complexity of this game. You're really playing with kind of how to play the game right if you force the Cardinals to flip their lineup in the first inning, because now all of a sudden you got a right-hander in inning number 2. I mean, that's almost not a competitive fairness as far as I'm concerned. So I believe the Cubs may bring in a lefty here, but we'll just have to wait and see.
So here is Carpenter. He is 2 hits shy of 200 for the season. 198 hits for Carpenter this year. What a season it's been. Travis Wood has been very tough on left-handers this year. They're hitting just 199 against him. 26-year-old from Little Rock, Arkansas.
Carpenter has had an unbelievable season. 198 hits. 3 games to go to get to that 200 mark. Not very many players can say they've had 200 hits in the big leagues, and Carpenter does it against lefties, righties, early in games, late in games. Just a ton of good at-bats for Carpenter.
And it's popped up to the left side, and Starlin Castro makes the play. Beltran at 296, 24 home runs, and 84 RBIs. That catches the corner on the outside portion of the plate.
The Cardinals not expected to have Alan Craig for the first series of the playoffs, assuming the Cardinals will get there. Well, they'll get to the playoffs one way or the other, whether it's wild card or not. But with Alan Craig unavailable for that first series, at least, maybe more, the health of Carlos Beltran, the health of Yadier Molina, and the health of Matt Holliday become more critical as far as I'm concerned. They have to be healthy. They have to be fresh.
Wood chasing this down. How about Travis Wood? He's going to make sure he gets out number 2.
Well, he knows he only has one more out to go, and he can rest all winter.
Right.
He's got 4 months off. He's like, hey, I might as well just air it out right here.
We were talking about Rizzo and Castro and signing young players. He is arbitration eligible after this season. Not a free agent until 2017. And the Cubs right now are asking themselves, do we extend Travis Wood and maybe buy out some of those free agency years? And he's found a home in Chicago. As you mentioned, he's pitched well.
Again, I would say if you have 4 very solid veteran pieces on a club that you think is going to be a winning team, then you start looking to extend younger players and buy out arbitration. I just think that's dangerous business on a team that is not an upper division team. I just think you're asking for contracts you wish you didn't have.
Here is Matt Holliday. Average at 296. Can he get to 300 before the weekend is through?
Unthinkable 3 weeks ago.
You bet. Went on a tear, and it's carried over for basically the entire month. And in Colorado, those 4 games, he had 500. Missed 3 games with lower back issues, back spasms, and was back in the lineup on Wednesday. 1-1 pitch. Holliday reaches for it, lines it out to left, and it's dropped. Mozeliak couldn't come up with it, and the Cardinals have their first base runner of the night.
Wait to see whether they call that a hit or an error. Mozeliak had a shot at catching that, certainly should have caught it. There's the swing of Matt Holliday. Very good low ball hitter. And they're going to give him a base hit as Mozeliak does not catch it on the dive. Mozeliak, we remember him, the guy with the strong arm, used to be a pitcher.
He was upset. You could tell at left. He fired a strike back into the bag.
Didn't he? That was a throw of anger.
You bet. So 2 outs, runner at first, and here is Matt Adams. Barrett, Olivia, Luke, Avery, big Cardinal fans, and they're watching tonight, hoping for a clincher. Here's a 1-0. Adams goes down to get it and pulls it foul. So at least for that first round, you say at least, but we know the role that Matt Adams would play could be huge in postseason. But Craig out, so Adams steps in.
So Adams is going to get some at-bats against left-handers. If you would guess the Dodgers to be the opponent, that means he's playing against Ryu and against Kershaw.
Hits it down the right field line, and it's pulled foul.
And I like the at-bats we've seen from Matt Adams against lefties lately. He's shown that he can hit the ball the other way. He's doing that more and more. Team's still playing the shift on the infield. Third baseman Murphy is way off the bag at third, but Adams has shown he's not afraid to go the other way.
As crazy as it may sound, but ever since he had that guard put on his elbow, his swing has shortened up.
Agreed.
And he's going to left a little bit better.
I'm still waiting for them to be sold at the team store. Come on, kids. You can hit the ball 500 feet with one of these elbow guards. 8-9% left side of the infield. That's why they shift. But I think that's changed some over the last couple of weeks.
The 2-2 is hit down the right field line, but pulled foul.
sure Wood is excited about getting that 200 innings, but he'd also like to keep his ERA under 3. I'm not sure what a 2-run home run would do to that 2.98 that he's sitting on.
2-2 pitch. Fought off by Adams. Little flare into left center. That'll drop. Holliday read it all the way. He's on his way to third. And it's runners at the corners with 2 down here in the first.
Another base hit against the lefty. He gets jammed. Wood likes to pitch inside to right-handers and left-handers. Holliday first to third. Back seems fine to me. You know, talking about Wood getting his 200 innings and his ERA, just think about the reality of us, for his sake and for the Cubs' sake, focusing on individual achievements. That's what happens to teams in September when you're out of it. And that can really kind of pull a team in different directions. You're talking contracts. You're talking, is the manager coming back? Am I playing for a guy that I'm not going to be playing for next year? I mean, it really is tough to hold a team together in September when you're losing.
18 pitches here in the first inning. Chance for Yadier Molina. 1-0 pitch. And Yadi hits it out of play. The Cardinals come into this series as a team hitting .329 with runners in scoring position and averaging close to 5 runs a game. 4.82. One pitch. And Yadi hits it down the left field line. It is hooking, and that ball is fair. One run is in. Here comes Adams. He'll score. 2-0 Cardinals here in the first. Molina comes through.
Yadi has been so good with runners in scoring position, hitting .369 on the season. That ball almost got out of here, right down the line, up against the left field wall. Adams, he's done a lot of this lately. First to home, second to home.
Here's David Freese. And he takes a ball in. 3 consecutive hits. 77 RBIs, a new single high for Yadier Molina. 2 outs, runner at second. 1-0 pitch to Freese. And Rick, again, what has defined this team in many ways, runners in scoring position. Cardinals do that with 2 outs as well. They do it better than anybody.
2 ways to define this team: young, effective pitching, and very effective clutch hitting with runners in scoring position. Those 2 things have defined this team from beginning to end, and we'll see if that's the same team that shows up in October or not. Let's hope so. By the way, 3.07 is the new ERA of Travis Wood.
He's kicking himself. So is Brian Mozeliak out in left field. That drop ball. Really, Wood could be out of this inning and probably should be. It's a line drive by Holliday that was misplayed but yet ruled a single. Adams a single in which he muscled it out to center. And the RBI double by Molina. Freese stays alive.
There are former players everywhere that see this kind of moment, Dan, and they say that's what happens when you start monkeying around with numbers in this game and start to focus on numbers instead of focus on performance. Baseball happens.
The 2-2. And Freese hits it out of play. What about a pitcher's focus, Rick, knowing that you're only going to be out there for 1 inning as well?
Yeah, you're like a closer almost. You're thinking all that really matters is you're warming up differently for the game. You're thinking, okay, I just got 1 inning. You're thinking about your off-season plans and what trips you're going to go on and packing and all that. I mean, your mind's in a different place. It's very difficult, again, for a team that knows it's just kind of playing out the string at this point. It's very, very hard to focus. Yeah, it's the big leagues. You should. But they're humans.
Chance for Freese on 3-2. Here it comes. And he draws a walk. Pitchers with 24 more quality starts and fewer than 10 wins since 1921. Cole Hamels, Travis Wood on that list of 2013 pitchers. Tough season for Hamels, 8-14.
By the way, a game like this, you're going into the game knowing you can't win it, but you could lose it. So that 9-11 could go to 9-12. Boy, that last third of an inning to get to 200 seems a little bit tougher than he would have planned.
You bet. He's 1-2 against the Cardinals this year with an ERA just over 4. That's on the rise in 24 2/3 innings. 8 runs allowed. First innings of his starts this season. Runners at first and second. And Jay picks up a base hit into center. Here comes Molina. Here comes the throw. Not in time as the ball gets away. 3-0 Cardinals here in the first.
Yachty and the Cardinals all smiles. John Jay, another 2-out hit. How many times have we said that in 2013? There's the location. There's the hit. Sweeney shows off his arm, and all that does is put runners on second and third with a chance for more damage.
So the walk Pete Kozma to get to Lance Lynn. Lynn, the pitcher, hitting .078. Kozma hitting .216 this year. What a start, a buzz, and the atmosphere here at the ballpark. It is tremendous. Travis Wood was sailing along. You got the first 2 men, and then the drop ball in left. Adams muscled a single to center. Molina the double down the left field line. All this done with 2 outs. That scored 2. Walk by David Freese after falling behind. And then John Jay, a single to center field to pick up his 66th RBI. Now the intentional walk to Kozma, and here's Lance Lynn with the bases loaded.
Asking again very individualistically and selfishly almost, if you're Travis Wood, would you rather have an ERA under 3 or 200 innings? Which would be more desirable?
I'll ask you, you're the pitcher.
Well, I'd take the ERA under 3.
In today's day and age of baseball, I'm with you.
You'd like
also
both.
200 innings is pretty good too.
Agreed.
Not a lot of guys are doing that. 1-0 pitch. Lynn late with that swing. 1 ball and 1 strike. One and 2. And a strikeout of Lynn. The Cardinals send 9 to the plate. And all the damage done with 2 outs. The biggest blow in the bottom of the first off the bat of Cardinals catcher Yadier Molina. Double down the left field line. That would score 2. The Cardinals added another 3-0. So don't miss it. Cardinals on to their 12th World Series championship. On sale now, cardinals.com/tickets. Best way to get your playoff tickets is also to sign up for 2014 season tickets. Cardinals.com. Few seats still remain for tomorrow and Sunday. And Sunday, if you come to the ballpark, you get a free ticket to a future game in 2014. Yadier Molina made it 2-0. John Jay added an RBI single, 3-0 after an inning of play.
Dan, you of course recall the mantra in 2011. It was 11-11, right?
Right.
And folks last year were hoping for 12-12, and yet as we think about the Cardinals not having to go through the wild card process, probably, we'll see, they don't need as many wins. So I don't know how 10-13 sounds quite as neat and tidy.
That's it down the right field line, but yanked foul by Nate Shearholtz.
We're going to have to come up with another saying, is what I'm trying to tell you.
I got you.
Mark it in a different direction. The numbers don't work.
You know what? Just win, baby.
Yeah, about that. How about keep the young guys pitching well and keep hitting with guys on second and third and
That'll
two
work.
outs.
That'll work.
It doesn't roll off your tongue, but I think we're on to something.
That's hit the other way foul. The silver and black of the Raiders. Just win, baby.
About risk being in 13. I'm just throwing it out there. This is a creative marketing meeting.
Well, I was with you in San Diego last year when you tried to figure out how to put a streaker on the ring.
Yeah,
for those that don't remember, we had a streaker at the game, and the Cardinals, it really was a breaking point in that game. All of a sudden they took off, and
as did the streaker.
Yeah, he was running through downtown, and Rick said we're going to have to find a place on the ring for the streaker. Raley is throwing at the Cubs bullpen, and that's the third strikeout for Lance Lynn.
Good start for Lance Lynn. Pound in the zone. That's up and away. Couldn't lay off. And again, that's Lance Lynn going to different parts of the plate. The run support for Lance Lynn, 5.52. Shelby Miller's also had good run support. De La Rosa for Colorado, big winner this year. And it does help. I mean, wins, you can't get them by yourself.
Here's Ryan Sweeney. A lot of lefties in this lineup tonight. You mix in the switch hitting Navarro, you have 5 in a row for the Chicago Cubs. Here's an 0-2 pitch. Jim Edmonds was on our pregame. I believe he's on the postgame as well. I'm watching John Jay. Every pitch, he's peeking in. I've talked to him about this. You look, you get the sign, and then you shift to your right or your left. Back-to-back Ks, now 3 in a row, 4 total for Lance Lynn. John Jay playing very good defense here in the second half.
And another one up in the zone. Our Hyundai replay. Must just be tough for them to lay off that pitch. They see it as in the top of the zone, but that's a good 5 or 6 inches above the top of the zone. You just can't stop the swing.
Bogusevic, the key play out and left, costing the Cubs. He's hitting .278, 6 home runs, driven in 16. Big start here for Lance Lynn when you think about what may happen with the postseason rotation.
Just thinking the same thing, Lance, among others, vying for really a lot of different positions in that rotation. I think Wainwright's your number 1, and then, well, you can go a lot of directions with 2, 3, and 4. And in my mind, you need 4 starters for the first round of the playoffs, assuming the Cardinals get there and are not the wild card. Don't have to consider that factor, which really complicates it. But if they are able to clinch sometime in the next couple of days here and can start thinking about setting their rotation, there's your number 1. He could start tomorrow and start game 1 on Thursday. After that, who knows? You've made the point, Dan, that it would be outstanding if you could find a way to start some of the Cardinals at home where they're much better. Shelby Miller would come to mind. Even Lance Lynn. But you can't start them all at home.
Nope. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Check swing and a strikeout. He strikes out the side here at the top of the second. Lynn looking sharp here at Busch. Midwest will have you covered. Missouri Lottery Cardinals live, our post-game show after every playoff game. And coverage will also continue on FoxSportsMidwest.com. So we've got the pep rallies before, and then after games, tune in to Fox Sports Midwest. And Rick, you'll be a part of both radio coverage and post-game coverage on television.
And let's hope we have plenty of hours of coverage in both directions. And the Cardinals certainly playing very good baseball right now. And kind of that's what you need, Dan. Going into October, you want to be playing your best. The Cardinals pitching, I'm not sure it's been any better all season long. And there is our Chevy call to the bullpen. Brooks Raley. He is a left-hander. His third stint at the big league level. Kind of an odd game here tonight for the Chicago Cubs, with Travis Wood going just 1 inning to get his 200 innings. And he is at the short end of a 3-0 game right now.
So Brooks Raley into the ball game, and as you mentioned, Rick, it is another lefty. And here is Carpenter, popped out to short first time up. Two balls and no strikes on Matt Carpenter. I know a lot of people have talked about Carpenter and Molina canceling each other out for the MVP because of the fact that they play on the same team. I'm just not sure on a national level people know just how good Matt Carpenter has been. They've learned about Molina. And there's Carpenter with hit number 199. And he's thinking two. There he goes again, diving in. Out. But to finish the point, I just don't know if the national media has truly recognized the kind of season that Matt Carpenter's put together.
I'm pretty sure they haven't. With some of the folks that I've talked to, mentioned that I talked to Joe McGrain, and in his mind, from the people that he's around on a national level, there really isn't a lot of love for Matt Carpenter. I think it's increasing. Watch the slide of Carpenter. Is he out or is he safe? Very close play. The throw certainly beat him. Mozeliak got to show off that arm we were talking about. I never quibble when the throw beats you by that much. In my mind, you're out.
Here's a 1-0 pitch.
And I know replay aficionados everywhere are complaining about me saying that. And maybe he was safe. The throw was there 5 feet before he was there. And what happens? You start calling people safe like that. You know what infielders will start doing? They'll start putting their leg in front of the plate, and they'll start sticking their knee in your head, and they'll keep you from doing a slide like that. And I'm not sure we want to go there. Because you can do that. That would be legal. You've got the ball, just like a catcher. You can just slap a knee down there and tag him hard.
And feel the pain.
And feel the pain.
Third walk issued by the Cubs. One of those intentional. First by Raley, and here is Holliday. He got it all started back in the first inning. His average now at .297 with a base hit.
Raley, by the way, Dan, is a very average stuff guy. Mentioned that he's been up 3 times in the big leagues and getting another chance here in September. Kind of your average garden variety left-hander, but he is left-handed, and we don't know much about him, and that hasn't always been good news for the Cardinals.
Never has been.
No.
Not just this year, it seems traditionally Cardinals, for whatever reason, struggle against lefties. I find that hard to figure out when you look at this lineup and the power and the good hitters that they have from this side of the plate.
I think the simple answer is left-handers are just awesome in general. Why would you just go to the obvious?
Well, I'm sure I can ask Al about it, and I know his answer.
Of course.
Will somebody give me a right-hander and somebody that's not a pitcher?
You can ask. Well, you can ask Edmonds. That won't work.
No.
Ask Andy Bennis on one of the post-game shows. He is a pitcher, though. He'll defend us.
.0-2 pitch. Foul back.
I think there's something to be said for really the simplest answer to that is left-handers. You just don't see as many of them. So when you see them, it's just harder to pick up the baseball clearly. And that's an oversimplification, but I think there's something to that.
Don't see him as much.
Don't see him as much. It's a different angle, different release point.
0-2 pulled foul.
It's such a game of repetition, isn't it?
Habits day in and day out. It's hard to believe for us. Final 3 games, the team will move on to postseason play, but for us, even the habit of what we do in our daily lives, getting to the ballpark and doing games night after night, the grind of it, I love it. And for us, it's not a grind. For the players, it is.
Well, part of the grind of Matt Holliday, and again, it's a grind he signed up for, by the way, with a nice salary to do it, and he's not complaining about it. But you think about, he may swing the bat at the game here, what, 8 times in a game, something like that. He may actually swing the bat 8 times. But how many times is he swinging the bat every day here at the ballpark besides what he's doing in the game? And that's why that timing is so important. You're trying to develop it, whether he's hitting off a tee, whether he's taking batting practice, taking extra hitting in the cage. You know, you have to say he's swinging 100 times plus.
0-2 pitch. And Holliday is hit. Let's hope he's all right.
Looked like it got him in the knee.
You know, Mike Matheny was talking about Holliday and how tough it's been for him to get in the lineup with that sore back, and he said it's been amazing the various ailments that he's had this year, and yet you don't hear anything about it. You're right, it's the right knee, but he's had a number of injuries that he's played through this season. Ooh, that hurts.
Anybody that's bumped their knee on something knows that can be a tender area there, and Holliday has a lot of pads, but he didn't have one there.
Here is Adams. Adams, base hit to center, scored the 2nd run of the night. Brooks Raley from Texas A&M, I believe he and Michael Wacha, former teammates of the Aggies, drafted by the Cubs in 2009. 1 ball, 1 strike. He's called up for the first time to the major leagues in 2012, August 7th of 2012. One and 2 on Matt Adams. Mentioned it earlier about the elbow pad and guard that he has, and it looks like he's shortened up his swing. He's really hung tough against lefties too. That has improved here in the final month. Runners at first and second. The next 2, Adams taken high.
Give the Cardinals credit for doing what they could do to keep Matt Adams ready to play on an everyday basis throughout the course of the season. Easy to get rusty sitting on the bench. They tried to give him some spot starts, and there were times where he was lost at the plate, but he has filled in and then some for Alan Craig.
2-2. Cardinals probably not in this position of having a chance to clinch this weekend without Matt Adams and what he's done in the final month.
Agreed.
He's been that good and that important.
But how many players can you say that about on this Cardinal team? Not necessarily even the ones that are doing well. Edward Mojica pops into my mind. Where would they be without Edward Mojica? Certainly not pitching well lately, but 37 saves. He's been an incredible replacement for Jason Mott.
Don't you think, Rick, that this weekend you've got to find out where Mojica is physically, mentally?
Thought we were going to see him against the Nationals in the final game. He warmed up, and evidently he was going to help out in the 8th if needed. But sure would like to see him in this series.
2-2 to Adams. And a strikeout. First strikeout for Brooks Raley. Brings in Yachty. Most hits against Chicago since 2011. These are the rankings in Major League Baseball. Molina 56. John Jay 5th overall at 50. And Holliday at 47. The BJC Healthcare difference makers for St. Louis.
That's updated through tonight's game. Jay has a hit, Molina has a hit, and Holliday has a hit.
A 2-out RBI double down the left field line that scored 2 back in the first for Yadier Molina. Now a career high with 77 RBIs. One ball, 1 strike on Yadier Molina. And Yachty hits it a ton. Center field. It's at the track and caught. Sweeney makes the grab and throws a souvenir to the fans in the center. Cardinal strand 2. And Hal will join us next. Fisher. And go big at a participating Jack in the Box with Jack's really big chicken sandwich combos for only $3.99 plus tax. Rick goes out. Al comes in. Good to see you, Matt Hungarian.
Thank you. Thank you. You guys did a good job with this little lead for us.
Yadier Molina, the double that scored 2. And John Jay, RBI single to make it 3-0. And Lance Lynn pumping strikes. And Al, I know you've been watching. A lot of fastballs here from Lynn.
And that's what really has turned him around. He's been throwing those fastballs and using both sides of plate really up and down. And I think that's what's got him back on track. Got to give him a lot of credit. I think John Mozeliak, the Cardinal general manager, wanted to take him out of the rotation, but Mike Matheny and Derek Lilliquist said no.
Update: Pirates leading 4-1 over Cincinnati. That's in the top of the 6th. So then the question becomes, Al, where does Lance Lynn fall into the postseason rotation, or is he a bullpen guy? But certainly a valuable arm for St. Louis.
Well, there's going to be some great competition for who's on that roster. And as you mentioned, we got some guys with some interesting splits. Like Lance pitches much better at home than he does on the road, and he's not the only one. Shelby's another one that you come to think about. And I think a guy like Joe Kelly doesn't bother him at all pitching on the road, and you probably would pitch that first game on the road.
How about this? That's 5 in a row for Lance Lynn, and 6 tonight.
He's really getting them to chase the ball up. We talk about it a lot of times when people say, you know, hey, you throw the ball up in the zone and it gets crushed. Well, that's true when it's in the strike zone. But when you can get guys to chase the ball up above the strike zone, they're either going to swing and miss or pop it up.
Here is Brooks Raley. I'm sure you saw the news that Bud Selig will step down as the commissioner of baseball after next season.
After 22 years, right?
22. Remember when he came on, he was only supposed to be the interim guy, too. Then it turned into the full-time job, and the owners appreciated what he did.
Well, let's face it, I think they like one of their own. And, of course, coming from a small market, he owned the Milwaukee Brewers. He understood all the problems that the small market teams have, and under his leadership, there's been a lot of good, a lot of controversy, but most of it very, very successful.
A lot of new ballparks, so revenue there.
Well, how about the fact you go from a $1.5 billion industry to $7.5 billion?
Pretty impressive.
Very impressive, and both the players and the owners are reaping the benefits. I can't see why there'd be any problem for the players. And there's another case.
How about that? That's 7 in a row, or rather 7 total, and 6 in a row for Lance Lynn.
Looks like he's having fun out there. You know, he's always pitched well against the Cubs. Last year, I believe he had a 4-0 mark against them. This year, it's been kind of a couple games where he didn't get much run support. But here at Busch Stadium, 3-1 with a 1.73 ERA when facing the Cubs.
This season at home, Lance Lynn is 8-3. Here's Starlin Castro, single to right, first time up.
Shelby has 10 of his 15 wins are at home. See, Lance has got 8 of his 14. And we also know that a couple years ago he was an effective weapon coming out of that bullpen, Lance Lynn. There you see Shelby Miller and also Joe Kelly. What a job those guys have done.
Here's a 2-0. Up the middle, and Castro is 2 for 2. He has both Cubs hits tonight. Going back to Bud Selig just for a moment, Al. I mean, you had Peter Uberoth, you had Bart Giamatti, who were, for the most part, very good speakers, good at dealing with the media for the most part. Bud Selig not real comfortable in those regards, and that was a knock against him. But don't mistake that for a guy that's not very bright at what he does. I mean, when you introduce new ballparks, expansion, wild card, and as you talked about, the amount of money the game is now making. Clearly, you've done some things right.
I guess he succeeded Faye Vincent, but you know, he had to endure the strike year, missing the World Series. But there's many more accomplishments that you can look to and say that he's made the game a lot better.
I think people forget that when McGwire and Sosa in '98 came around and gave such a boost to baseball, and now fans, it's easy to go back, all of us do, and say, well, how could we not see what was going on with PEDs? But the union, that was only 4 years after the strike. It wasn't like these people got along all too well like they do now.
And it
different climate.
Really started a healing process.
Sure did.
A lot of people that were still alienated from baseball because of the strike years, that they started coming back, being caught up in the home run chase. And I guess it's the old story, you know, you just don't want to look too deep. You don't want to find out what you might, there might be something there that you might not like. But I think now the big change on the PEDs is the fact that the players are coming out and saying, hey, we want it cleaned up. We are tired of having our name associated in a negative way. I play the game cleanly, and I want everyone to know that I play it cleanly. So let's get the, you know, the guys that are abusing it, get them out.
Waves at it and a strikeout. That's already 8 strikeouts through just 3 innings for Lance Lynn. 3-0 St. Louis. Cardinals.com for the largest selection of authentic postseason caps, t-shirts, jerseys, and more. Get your gear straight from the source. Cardinals.com/shop. Freese, Jay, and Cosma for St. Louis. David Freese walked his first time up. 1 ball, 1 strike. And Freese hits it out to deep right center field. At the track, at the wall, it's gone! Home run for David Freese. 4-0 St. Louis.
to see David Freese hit the ball in that part of the ballpark. Got great power to the opposite field, but really an indication of staying on the pitches and then driving it. It's his 9th home run and 60th RBI.
So one shy of 10 home runs, and as Al just told you, that's now 60 RBIs.
Cardinals got a lot of RBIs spread out through their lineup.
How about this guy at the plate? John Jay with 66 now as we go back to Freese.
See David Freese right there. Right now the Cardinals, they do not have a 25 home run man or a 100 RBI hitter. Alan Craig unfortunately would have been there, but out with a sprained foot. His total will end at 97 during the regular season. And Beltran's at 24 homers.
1-2 pitch to Jay. Puts it in play. Slowly to short. Starlin Castro is there for the out.
Most wins with no player reaching 25 home runs or RBI since 1969. Joined the 73 Orioles, this year's version of the Cardinals, 1990 White Sox, and the 93 Expos.
Pretty good Expos team back in 93.
Oh, yes, it was.
Very well could have won the World Series in 94, and maybe we'd still be going to Montreal.
Yeah, and you know what, Dan, back in those days, people forget, but one year they led the National League in attendance.
Cosma hits it in the air out to shallow center. Castro 2 away. Cromartie is still trying to get baseball back in Montreal.
Is he?
Yeah, he's actually got a group. I figured that put a smile on your face, somebody from your era that you would know.
Yeah.
And he wants to get baseball back in Montreal.
Funny, I didn't see him in Miami this year. That's where he lives now, and trying to get into a little bit of radio broadcasting.
Raised a lot of money to try to at least have Major League Baseball look at it.
They're talking about expansion outside of the United States. I think they had elsewhere in mind.
Maybe Puerto Rico, Mexico.
There's been talk about Mexico City, Puerto Rico, other Canadian provinces.
A strikeout of Lynn. He's 0 for 2. David Freese with home run number 9, RBI number 60. The Cardinals had 3 in the first, and this solo home run. 4-0. What could be a special night. All right, the first bank first take, September records. Cardinals finishing here with a flourish at 16-8. Of concern, two playoff teams that ran away with their divisions, Atlanta and Los Angeles, both under 500. Matter of fact, the Braves have hit .230 here in the final month.
I think it looks good.
Depends on what fan base you're from.
Well,
from a Cardinals perspective, you bet.
Oh, okay. Maybe that's what I was thinking.
Popped up into shallow right, and Carpenter almost came up with it. And a base hit for Anthony Rizzo.
Nice effort by Matt Carpenter. Talking with some of the broadcasters with the Cubs, they were remarking about how well that Matt Carpenter is taking to second base. They have seen enough of him to know that he is very competent out there in his first year playing second base. And here Beltran fires back trying to throw behind the runner, but Rizzo gets back. Doesn't surprise you to see that dirty jersey on Carpenter, does it?
Not at all. Remember, Luke Brock was in the booth. I guess it's been about a month and a half or so. And his tournament, by the way, is coming up on Monday. And there's still foursomes and sponsorships available. But Luke compared Matt Carpenter to Pete Rose. You talk about the ultimate compliment in terms of what Pete did between the white lines. Nobody played the game harder.
And I was listening when Matt Carpenter was talking to one of the writers today and said, when it's all said and done, I want to be absolutely the best player I can possibly be. And I don't think he's going to have to worry about it with his work ethic.
Do you see Matt Carpenter weighing 240, 245 pounds? At one point he did.
Oh, I know he did. But
it's amazing, isn't it?
And then he listened to a college coach and got him back taking a little better care of himself, and he has dedicated himself to this game, and he has truly made himself an outstanding player. Keith Moreland said he was his pick for the MVP.
Interesting. Here is Navarro.
He doesn't get a vote, but
I said it with Rick, and I'll get your take on this, but I hope, but I don't think this is the case, that the national media has caught on to Matt Carpenter quite yet. We watch him every day. We see the numbers, but he's just not a household name yet.
But they're starting to take note. I think maybe you could say the national fan, the fan of Dodgers or Atlanta or something like that may not know it, but their writers are paying attention to the numbers he's putting up because they are so special.
Can you believe we're even having this conversation? I mean, we started our telecast wondering if this guy could be an everyday player, much less play second base.
You're talking about spring training. Right. You're absolutely right.
Now we're saying MVP. And he deserves to be in the conversation. Navarro flies out to center. Nate Shearholtz will be the hitter. Who is the Cardinals' offensive MVP this season? Carpenter, Craig, or Molina? The AT&T Twitter poll. Good question again. If he doesn't get hurt, I think you'd have to go with Craig. But now he is the engine that makes this thing run, and that's Carpenter. And then I think, well, hold on now. Let me take a look at Yachty, and I think about Yachty.
Well, that was one of the things Keith Moreland said the last couple months. Yachty's been hurt, and his production was down, but then he comes out tonight and gets the Cardinals a quick lead.
Now, when he was on the DL, the club went 6-8, talking about Molina. And immediately when he returned, they went 10-3 in their next 13. It just gives you an idea of what he means.
Well, there's no doubt with all the rookie pitchers we've had, he's guided them through a very special season.
Carpenter going out to make the play. But that question specifically the offensive MVP. So you can make a case for all three, and we'll see the results later in the ballgame.
And we just hope it's not like the Carpenter Wainwright situation a couple years ago, with Cy Young, that they take votes away from each other, which probably will happen.
MV3 a few years ago. Edmonds, Rowland, and Pujols. 2 outs, runner at first, and here is Ryan Sweeney. He takes a pitch in. Lance Lynn has struck out 8, allowed just 3 hits, and a key for him, no walks. No walks thus far.
Been very aggressive with his fastball, and Mike Matheny was talking about just today that is one of the things he thinks turned him around. I think he reached a point this year that he was listening to too many voices and really trying to accommodate too many people, and finally he's figured out, I'm just going to be myself, and that's what they want him to be.
And Al, we talk about all the young pitchers. We think, wow, Lance Lynn, he's been around 5, 6, 7 years. Well, he's one of the young pitchers too.
He's just 26.
Two balls, 2 strikes.
You make that fastball more than just one pitch by changing location, change the eye angle of a hitter. Another fastball in.
And it's taken high. 3-2 on Ryan Sweeney. So Anthony Rizzo, who's standing at first, is off with the next pitch. Popped up to the left side. Freese giving chase and out of play. Now, we mentioned Carpenter on a national stage and a national fan, and then you think of a name like Molina, and since the break, the most popular selling jersey in baseball is Mariano Rivera, number 7 on the list of all of baseball, Yadier Molina. Popped up again. Carpenter over near the line, foul territory, and he makes the play. Leadoff hit. And then 1, 2, 3 for Lance Lynn. Scores 6, and tonight they've got 4. You can score any size coffee, fountain, or frozen drink for just 50 cents. Mobile on the run.
And I said the Cardinals would need to score 800 runs before the season started, and they're at 770 on the year.
So right about there.
Yep.
I felt at the beginning of this month the Cardinals would have to get to 96 to win the division, and a chance to clinch with number 95 tonight.
And a chance to go one better, 97. Went out.
in a way, that's kind of the beauty of how Mike Matheny has to play this year, the final weekend, where you don't lose your edge. And I'm not saying that the Dodgers and Braves have completely lost their edge, but they're clearly not playing the baseball they were, say, a month and a half ago when they were going for their divisions.
And I tell you, without having to do, if they win their division and you don't have to have any kind of Mickey Mouse, playoff contention game, which they shouldn't, they don't play until Thursday night. So I would, just play everyone straight on through. You don't need that many days off to get your breather.
If there's ever been a case of a team losing its edge and not being able to get it back, Detroit. Last year and again in 2006, they win the pennant, then go into the World Series and they fall flat.
And Mike's talked about the fact, with the wild card teams, that you keep on pushing, you're trying to win every single game down the stretch, and how that has propelled a lot of clubs, including the Cardinals, into championships. We tried to even that up a little bit with the second wild card.
Cardinals have received 4 walks tonight. Brooks Raley pitching in his 3rd inning in relief of Travis Wood, who lasted 1 inning to get to 200 this year. And Beltran looks at a strike. He is popped out and also walked back in the 2nd.
Travis Wood gets to 200 innings, but his ERA goes over 3. He's had the lowest amount of run support.
Beltran out to left. That'll drop in for a base hit. A reminder, Fox Sports Midwest will be your home for postseason coverage on the postgame shows. Also, coverage continues wherever you may be online at foxsportsmidwest.com. Missouri Lottery Cardinals live in our Cardinals postseason coverage. If the Cardinals hold on and win this game tonight, we'll take you down into the clubhouse and the celebration. You'll hear from the players and hopefully Mike Matheny and many others, which should be quite the celebration if they clinch tonight. We'll keep it right here. We should mention that that will be exclusive to Fox Sports Midwest. So no other TV station, no other radio station outside of KMOX will be down in the clubhouse for quite some time. So first reaction, you'll get it right here.
We feel that's fair. Rights holders should get that exclusivity.
Here's a 2-0 pitch to Holliday. Every once in a while, a Cardinal will hit one over the wall, and you and I start to do we start doing the rights holders shuffle.
Is that what we call it?
Yeah. Arm in arm.
I know your choreographer is Wainwright.
He's been very pleased, apparently. I could just see you and Kenny Reitz back in the day, Al, getting ready for that first pitch, doing a few dances. Maybe you and Ted Simmons. 2-1 pitch. I don't see you with a fist bump with Vern Rapp. Matter of fact, I don't see anything on a positive level with you and Vern Rapp.
Long time ago, Dan.
2-2. Runners at first and second. Nobody out. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Matt Holliday. Here it comes. The check swing did not go. 3-2. Adams is on deck and a chance really to do some damage on this next pitch.
Matt at 297. You know, he's a career 300 hitter. Just love to see him get over that plateau again.
Here's a 3-2 and runners were going, and a pickoff play and back in safely is Carpenter. You thought he might start the runners, and Carpenter nearly picked off.
And that spin move where you think he's going to the plate, but then he continues to spin around and throw behind the runner. Ooh.
Big lead at first, a 3-2, and Holliday very tardy with that swing, but just got a piece.
All you have to do is get a piece of it, stay alive, wait for a mistake you can handle.
Runner at second is Carpenter. The runner at first is Beltran, and Rizzo playing way back. And Carlos is at least a third of the way towards second. The pitch is being delivered. Get a ball in the gap, he may score.
Atlanta takes a 1-0 lead going to the 9th inning.
And that pitch was taken for a ball. They throw it into left field. Carpenter will score. Beltran to third.
Holliday walks, and then the errant throw by Navarro, committing his 5th error.
So a throwing error on the catcher, Diner Navarro.
And Matt Carpenter scores another run, add to his major league leading total.
Runners at the corners. The chance here for Adams. 5-0 St. Louis. The Pirates leading their game. That's in the 7th inning. 4-1. Yasiel Puig and Matt Adams. And look at that comparison between the two rookies.
There would have been no comparison prior to what his production numbers are in September. So Matt Adams with his 8 home runs this month. And he has done a great impersonation of Alan Craig. Since Alan went down, the Cardinals really got a lift from the big man, Matt Adams.
1-1 pitch.
Matt's hit a team high 8 home runs, 15 RBIs since Craig's injury on September the 4th.
Here's a 1-2. And Adams is tied up. And a strikeout. The third for Brooks Raley.
If Yachty can't pick him up. Yachty got the Cardinals on the board with a 2-run double. Double was his 43rd of the year.
Now we just get word that tomorrow's start time has been moved to 3:15. Originally the game tomorrow was at 6:15. It has been moved to 3:15. There's a threat of very bad thunderstorms and bad weather tomorrow night as Yachty hits it to short. And a drop at second.
He was taking
Are they going to say it's going to come out of the glove or not? Yep, they're going to call him out.
Mike
And Mike Matheny is going to come out. You and I had a game earlier this year with this exact play. Discernible distinction that he made the catch and then taking it out of the glove. Let's see.
Watch there. He puts it in there, reaches into the glove. So I'm sure that constitutes an out. That's usually the ruling. Does he reach into the glove?
He didn't catch it.
But the problem is,
that again.
I know I see from that angle, but from the umpire's angle, he can't see that the ball is falling out before he's reaching in.
Yeah, that's an error.
Darwin Barney might win his second Gold Glove this year.
Diving catch, Starlin Castro. So again, the announcement for tomorrow, the start time has been moved up to 3:15. We'll tell you more about that when we come back. Cardinals lead it 6-0. And again, we want to make sure that we get the word out. So if you know anybody that has a ticket to the game, let them know. This is our Budweiser What's on Tap with Edwin Jackson scheduled to make that start against the Cardinals. Joe Kelly and Wainwright going on Sunday. But the start time for the game tomorrow is supposed to be at 6:15. We just get word that it has been moved up to 3:15. The forecast for Saturday is for a lot of rain, a lot of thunderstorms to move through the area and increase late through the night. So the Cardinals are also recognizing that this is clearly an inconvenience for some fans. It planned around a 6:15 start. So all fans who purchased a ticket for the Saturday game tomorrow will be mailed a voucher good for a complimentary ticket to a game during the 2014 season, regardless of whether they attend the game tomorrow. That's hit out of play by Bogusevic. We also know tomorrow's a big day because the Down Syndrome Association of Greater St. Louis has their Walk in the Park pregame parade. That'll begin at 1:15. And the gates will open tomorrow at 1:15. We'll come on the air at 2:30 tomorrow. And we'll repeat that throughout the ball game tonight. But again, the start time tomorrow moved from 6:15 to 3:15. Along with Al Rabowski, I'm Dan McLaughlin, and Rick Horton is rejoined us here for the rest of the ball game.
Atlanta wins tonight 1-0 over the Phils. That gives them a 95-65 record. They also have the head-to-head win over the Cardinals, so the Cardinals are going to have to ask for some help from the Phillies this weekend, and the Cardinals need to keep on winning. This is the best overall record now. So if Cardinals and Atlanta end up in a tie, the best record will go to Atlanta. because of the head-to-head matchup.
1-2 on Mozeliak.
Must have been a heck of a game. There were 5 total hits.
Good pitching matchup.
And it had to have been a 8th inning home run by the Braves. I don't know who to beat them. I understand now that Chris Johnson got the home run. He's having quite a year, isn't he?
Looking like a batting title. If he can get on a tear to catch Kadire. 3-2 on Mozeliak. Rick, it doesn't matter who's sitting in that chair. The Cardinals offense has been ready to go tonight.
It's been terrific, and so's Lance Lynn. Got the strikeout pitches working up in the zone.
Round ball hit to the right side. Carpenter to Adams.
Kadire entered today with a 325 average. And what was Chris Johnson? 323 or something like that. And 323. Matt Carpenter 321.
One out, nobody on. Darwin Barney swung through a pitch that was up, and he struck out back in the 3rd.
And Dan will mention it many times, as you said, that the Cardinals moving the game tomorrow from 6:15 to 3:15 because of the threatening weather.
Fly ball into right center. Jay is over. Diving! Oh! What a catch! Fantastic play. John Jay in right center field. One of his best plays this year. How good was that?
Takes a very good route to it and then has to hold on when he hits the ground. Just lays out. Outstanding play by John Jay.
You know, today's baseball, you see a lot of guys leave their feet that don't need to. That time he did, and he timed his leap perfectly, flat out, and it was nice to see that reaction from the guys in the bullpen. They were pretty appreciative of that catch.
And it's always fun to see somebody make a play like that when a pitcher is pitching well, because you get the sense that pitching makes good pitching makes your defense better, and I think vice versa. It goes really both ways. And Lance Lynn has been terrific so far. Just 3 hits, and defense is on their toes and sharp, and Jay's certainly sharp there.
I was about to say, part of that staying sharp defensively is the pace at which he's going at tonight. This is a different looking pitcher than we saw just a month ago.
A lot better mound presence as he's getting on the mound. Looks determined, gets a sign, and quickly releases.
And he is sharp here tonight. Strikes out Logan Watkins. 9 strikeouts through 5 for Lance Lynn. Pickles and crisp red onion. The deluxe quarter pounder is a classic on top of a classic, only at McDonald's. Well, we told you that the start time tomorrow has been moved to 3:15. Originally a 6:15 start. It's now at 3:15. And Jim Hayes is standing by with the general manager of the Cardinals, John Mozeliak.
That's right, Dan. I am with John Mozeliak. So, John, you guys moved the start time of tomorrow's game to 3:15 because of weather. When did you make this decision, and how did you make it?
Well, it wasn't an easy decision because there was a lot of complicating and moving parts to all this, but we felt that given the importance of tomorrow's game, it made sense for us to try to get it in tomorrow. We have a history of always trying to play our games on the day they're scheduled, and also having a split doubleheader on Sunday just didn't appeal to many people.
And if someone has a ticket for tomorrow, but they can't get to the game based on the early start time, they're not out of luck, right?
That's correct. We will give them a voucher for the 2014 season. But, you know, we're hopeful that we can get the word out and people will be here tomorrow.
How much fun are you having watching your ball club hopefully inch closer to a clinch?
Well, so far this game's going just fine, but it's not over.
It's not over, Dan, but it's going just the way John Mozeliak was hoping it would.
All right, thank you, Jim. And there's Jay with a shot into right field. On his way to second, standing up with a double. John Jay has an RBI single. And now that double to go along with his outstanding play moments ago in right center.
New pitcher for the Cubs, Alberto Cabrera. And he is greeted by this double. Wanted that pitch away. It just slid towards the inside part of the plate. Only his 7th appearance. ERA at 5.40. Averaging 2 base runners per inning. 4 strikeouts and 4 walks.
We know many of our fans are in and out of the games and checking back in on scores and whatnot, so we'll repeat that. But if you know somebody that has a ticket for tomorrow, reminder, 3:15 the start time instead of 6:15. Cosma 0 for 1 with an intentional walk.
And Dan, as you mentioned, the Cardinals are very aware of some of the hardships that may cause people on an individual basis, but obviously to play the game it's worth doing. Otherwise we wouldn't have a game tomorrow night. But Cardinals, I think, really putting their best foot forward to make sure that anybody that is inconvenienced in any way will kind of get some help from that. And of course it affects lives, but it's part of baseball too. Rain unfortunately controls this game a bit.
And I think what Mo was saying too, you don't want to have that split doubleheader on Sunday.
Oh,
You've
boy.
got complications with that, not knowing what may happen with playoffs and seeding and where the teams go. So a lot of moving parts, as John said, so they'll move that thing up at 3:15. Little check swing by Cosma. Story that is developed here tonight, not just a 6-run lead, but the pitching of Lance Lynn. 9 strikeouts through 5.
And Lance Lynn that we saw last season when he won 18 games. Earlier in this year when he won 11 in the first half.
And a walk to Cosma. Rough start here for Alberto Cabrera. Lance Lynn is 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts.
I could make a pretty strong case for 15 pitchers to be on the postseason roster, and 5 starters to get starts. But you're not going to have that. You're going to have 4 starters, and you're probably going to have 12 pitchers, and it's going to be a tough decision. Of course,
Ricky, do you really need 4? You've got an off day on between second and third game, and also the 4th and 5th game. You have off days.
Unless you want to bring a starter back on 3 days rest.
Lynn dropping down a bunt. Throw to second and out.
Running a little too hard, and a close decision there at second base goes the Cubs away.
More towards the pitcher, Al, than he meant, trying to get the third baseman to field it. Close play.
And a good call.
Runners at the corners now for Matt Carpenter. He has 199 hits.
Maybe didn't like what Castro had to say to Cabrera, so Cabrera hangs him out there.
That'll teach him.
Don't come on my mound.
Matt Carpenter has popped out to short, singled, and walked and scored.
Sure, you had those guys before, Al, that would come to the mound and talk to you infielders, and you just kind of glare at them like, hey, what do you know? If the catcher talks to me or if my pitching coach does, that's one thing.
1-0 pitch. Ground ball to the right side, and it could be 2 out at second. Castro fires to first, and they get Carpenter. 4-6-3 on the double play. We move to the 6th. St. Louis on top, 6-0. Mobile on the run. A story here tonight, Lance Lynn, and the fact that he has 9 strikeouts through 5 innings. He's allowed just 3 hits, 2 of those to Starlin Castro, and Castro will lead it off for Chicago in the top of the 6th. Head and shoulders whip package. Lance Lynn, tee him up.
Been very good up in the zone, getting the strikeouts. The Cubs cannot lay off that pitch up. They keep chasing it. They think it's a good pitch to handle, but they just can't get the good swing at it. Lynn had a couple of breaking ball strikeouts as well, but the high fastball really the difference here tonight.
Change in right field. Shane Robinson takes over. Cardinals up by 6.
I think that's funny that you'll have so many pitchers, guys, and we talk about it all the time. The mantra at the end of a bad game will be, I couldn't keep the ball down. Couldn't keep the ball down. Well, Lance Lynn has got the ball up, but it's a different up, Al. It's an up that you can't hit.
That's what we talked about. You know, when a pitcher talks about the ball up in the zone, that's a hitter's pitch. Up above the zone is a pitcher's pitch. If you can get them to chase.
We just saw something rare. Only the 4th double play that Matt Carpenter is grounded into.
Another thing he was leading the league in, by the way, as if there's not enough things. Now, when a leadoff hitter you look at the number of double plays they've hit into, they're going to hit into less because they're leading off more. That's a given. 1 out of every 4 or 5 plate appearances are going to be leading off, but still, he's better than Chu and better than some other pretty good and fast leadoff hitters in the National League.
Base hit tonight for Carpenter, so 1 shy of 200 hits. The last to have 200 hits in a single season for the Cardinals, Albert Pujols.
Remember he won the batting title when against Todd Helton?
And that is a base hit off the bat of Castro and a ground rule double. Hops over the wall, and Castro is 3 for 3.
There is a little controversy to that in the fact that Bruce Bochy was not aware that the National League batting title was on the line, and he intentionally passed Todd Helton, denying him a chance to get a hit and move past Albert.
How about Helton in his final home game, hitting a home run?
Got a horse too.
Got a horse, and we saw last night Mariano Rivera. Neat moment at Yankee Stadium. Joe Girardi having Andy Pettitte and Derek Jeter take him out of the game and ask for the baseball.
I understand they had to ask for permission to allow a non-coach to go out there to take out Rivera, and then once he asked for permission, Girardi pushed the envelope and said, "Can I have 2 guys go out?" And the umpire said, "Yeah, I mean, it's a pretty important moment here, and the rules are made to be bent a bit." And yeah, if you have not seen that video, it's definitely worth seeing, because Rivera comes off the mound in utter tears. I mean, he was just so moved by that moment, and you see Pettitte going with the right arm for the reliever as if he knew what he was doing in that regard, but the hugs that they had on the mound were just pretty special moments.
And I understand he may make another appearance this weekend
in center field.
Right.
And we're being serious.
Come in, maybe, you know, he got hurt shagging. Power shagging was what we used to call it, where some pitchers were outstanding at it, and apparently he likes to do that during batting practice. Todd Royale was pretty good. That's why Whitey thought about switching him and Daly in the outfield. You know, sometimes you would have Todd, a right-handed pitcher, into a game late, and then all of a sudden a tough lefty would come up. They put Todd in the outfield, bring in Daly to face the lefty. When he retired the lefty, then move Todd back to the mound.
And the power shag words you're using are when the pitcher would, during batting practice, they would be serious about it. They would try to run balls down in the gap, and then you'd have a bunch of other pitchers, including yours truly, that would just stand back in the warning track and talk and stay out of the way. Imagine that, dude.
Talking. Rick, talking.
Imagine that.
2-2 is popped up.
That's too easy for you, Dan.
I'm just going to stay quiet.
On a
really? And that's a shocker, too. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Castro, the runner at second base. And nobody out here in the top of the 6th. Popped up again. Yachty is over. Reaching in and out of play. Just saw Mr. DeWitt down there in his seats. Quite a run this franchise has been on. In '96, ownership group led by Bill DeWitt, 1 win away from the World Series, and then '97. There's Mr. DeWitt. '97, you get McGuire for a month and a half, 2 months, and that really sent a jolt in this franchise. '98. 70 home runs. That's popped up into shallow left, and the catch made by Jay. '99, McGuire hit 65, and then you in the early 2000s teams that were very good made it into postseason play.
The Cardinals are trying to clinch postseason berth for the 27th time in franchise history. It would be 3 in a row. 3 straight postseason appearances, in the 11th in the 18 seasons under the current ownership group headed by Bill DeWitt Jr. Can't get much better than this run that they've been on.
Arguably the best team that they've had was the 2014.
And Cardinals have had the most wins since the 2005 team that won 100 games. The 2014 won 105. That, in my mind, was the best ball club.
06, they win the World Series.
But not nearly as good a ball club.
But the key now, get hot. Get hot at the right time, and you got a shot.
Ask the Giants.
That's the Cardinals twice now.
Yeah,
2011 and 06.
Remember in 06, if we maybe played a week longer, the Cardinals wouldn't have qualified, but all of a sudden they got healthy when they moved into postseason, and the rest is history. And they outplayed everybody.
And that's why you think about Mike Matheny, as Rizzo is at the plate, 2 balls and a strike, pushing this team not only to win tonight, win this weekend and get that best record, but you keep the edge. You're playing for something still, even if you have wrapped up the division. As Rizzo skies one into right center, Jay makes the catch.
Oh, Dan, with the Cardinals not playing until Thursday, there's no need to rest anybody. They're going to get the rest next week.
I agree wholeheartedly with that, Al, and that includes the pitchers. You start thinking about Adam Wainwright, who's set to go tomorrow, and then Joe Kelly the next day, and there's the playoff contenders, and just how important pitching is and how important being at home is, as the Cardinals have a much better ERA at home. But look at the Atlanta Braves. You think this race to the Braves for the best division record doesn't matter? The Braves are a whole run difference from both on the home games and the road games. And
the Atlanta Braves are 1 game under 500 on the road.
Oh, up and in, and he hits Navarro. And Yachty waving the medical team of the Cubs to come on the field. Scary moment.
Shaking out his arm.
I wonder if Yachty thought for a second that might have hit him in the face, because it was a high pitch and it was up and it's headed towards his face.
It just got the arm really with the tricep there a little bit, but
initially I thought he was hit on the face.
Yeah, and look at Lance Lynn, thought he was hit in the face, just the way he spun away and had a grimace on his face as he thought that it was coming up with blood, and it's a good sign right there with Navarro. Spin out of the way backwards, and guys today are so unaccustomed to being pitched inside that I worry sometimes somebody's going to seriously be hurt because they'll freeze.
And Mike Matheny pops out of the dugout.
Oh, that's ridiculous. You know, in an effort to try and control things, Gary Davis, the crew chief, is going to come out here, but, you know, leave the game in the players' hands. Now, I've been told that if they do not issue warnings, the next day they get a stern reprimand from the league office or from the Major League Baseball.
And now you're talking about the umpires.
Yes. So it's just easy for them to come out and warn everybody, but in my mind it helps create the environment for trouble.
Well, I would think you'd have about 50 players on the field that would say that particular pitch did not deserve a warning, scary as the moment was.
Sure.
You can't think of one reason why there would have been an intent there.
Well, you saw Molina's intent was to get the medical staff out there. He thought it was going to be a lot worse than it was what it was, and all in an effort to, you know, just, hey, the ball got away.
And the umpires tonight: Mark Carlson, first base; Dan Iassogna at second; Jerry Davis, the crew chief, at third. Brian Knight is your home plate umpire.
I'm not even sure Dale Swaim agrees with me.
No, I think he's upset too. Might work to the Cardinals' advantage because their young pitchers for the Cubs probably don't have good command, and they end up now throw pitches right down the middle.
We saw video, guys, of the Reds and the Pirates playing in Pittsburgh. The last series, on the road for Cincinnati, and we saw Dusty Baker and Clint Hurdle yelling at two different umpires at the same time because of a hit by pitch, and Hurdle ended up getting thrown out.
There's your ground ball. Adams steps on the bag. Cardinals with the lead midway through 6. They lead it by 6. Ball game. Again, a reminder, tomorrow's game time has been changed to 3:15. And again, we know a lot of fans are in and out of the telecast, so 3:15 first pitch tomorrow, and 6:15 was the original scheduled time. Ice cream Sundays, and that'll be the final one coming up this weekend. Every Sunday during the regular season, it's an ice cream Sunday. Free North Star ice cream treats presented by Prairie Farms, and here is Shane Robinson.
And he's facing Blake Parker, who's appearing for the 48th time. He's been pretty busy. That one win was against St. Louis. 7 holds, ERA 2.64, 53 strikeouts. August 10th this year when Parker beat the Cardinals.
Robinson flies out to right. Hilton St. Louis at the ballpark, and St. Louis Union Station Hotel, the only hotels that give you home field advantage and an extraordinary Cardinals baseball experience. For reservations and info, call 314-421-1776 or visit HiltonSt.Louis.com. Kevin Segrist is warming up in the Cardinal pen. And Holliday hits one out to left. Did he get enough? Into the Cubs bullpen it goes. It's another solo shot for the Cardinals tonight. They're pouring it on. It's 7-zip St. Louis.
21st home run, 92nd RBI for Matt Holliday as he inches closer to a 300 average. He's 2 for 2 tonight. He's been hit by a pitch and also walked. Average now at 299 after this bomb. Little breaking ball, low ball hitter, and he goes down and gets it and lifts it up. Little camera work into the nighttime air.
And nice to see him with a good swing and a good solid swing with all the back issues he's been having. You know, you wondered when he sat out a couple of days, would he have the timing when he came back? Would he be right? Would he have the power? And all's well.
Here is Adams.
You know, he's dealt with those back issues before, and it almost seems like it's always this time of year.
I
but
agree.
You know, he comes back and he was red hot when he sat out those 3 games, and good to see him come back. Might be why, you know, Beltran got taken out, but they'll leave him in.
Adams shoots one the other way. Matt Holliday is average now at 299.
Yeah, Ricky, just that last ball, the fly ball to left field off of Adams' bat, I think to me that's very important to see him go that other way.
No question. And he goes there with a little bit of authority too, and they're doing it a lot more lately.
That'll open up more pitches for him. He's strong enough he can take it out that way, but you know, pitchers can't just bust him inside.
And defenses can't just play him one way.
Right.
2 outs, nobody on for Yadier Molina. Molina got it all started. 2-out RBI double that scored 2 back in the first. Just missed on the outside corner.
Ricky, I was just looking in there, and it looked like Molina was well off the plate, almost telling them, hey, go ahead and pitch me away, and I won't dive across the plate, but I will line that ball.
He starts with the open stance, and he's not really afraid of getting jammed, but he'll kind of close up as the ball's on its way. And I know that teams think that they can get that outside corner, but you can't. Then there are times you think you can get him in because he's diving a bit, but Yadi just has such good vision. There's the open stance, and he'll close up as the ball's on its way.
2-2.
He also said something very important to me. Good hitters do not fear being jammed.
Right.
Bad hitters are terrified of it, so they'll swing early and often in a count. They don't want to strike out, but they don't want to be jammed. Where good hitters just trust their hands that they'll get there and at least foul off that pitch.
Shoots it to right, base hit.
And there was what we were talking about. He was looking for that pitch up out over the plate that he could just shoot to right field, making him such a dangerous hitter.
6 days until St. Louis Blues hockey returns on Fox Sports Midwest. And all you have to do is head to stlouisblues.com. And the Blues open the season against the Predators October 3rd. You'll see all the action. Bernie Federko, Darren Pang, and John Kelly all here all season long on Fox Sports Midwest. Here's David Freese. See at the top portion of your screen the scheduled start time, 6:15, moved to 3:15 due to bad weather coming in tomorrow night. So 3:15 first pitch for game 2. Freese is homered here tonight. Also walked back in the first. Lance Lynn is at 198 strikeouts. So just 2 shy of 200. Carpenter 1 shy of 200 hits. And a strikeout of Freese. Mike Matheny will go to his bullpen when we come back, it looks like. Cardinals lead it by 7. So Lance Lynn is out after 6 innings, 2 away from 200 strikeouts this year. And what a weapon this guy has been this season, Rick Horton. That's Kevin Segrist, the hard-throwing lefty.
He's been used in a lot of different situations in a lot of different innings. Could be the 7th, 8th, 9th. And he's really responded well no matter how he's been used. And again, not just a left-handed specialist. He's our Chevy call to the bullpen. And as you like to say, we're not kidding about those numbers. Those are real. We're not making them up.
It's unbelievable.
This is not fantasy land. This is a guy who's just dominated as a rookie since his recall from the minor leagues. And Cardinal minor league system has done such a great job of developing the young talent that the scouts have found. And he is a very polished left-hander.
And the first pitch is taken for a strike by Ryan Sweeney. Elizabeth, Abby, Lily Green all watching tonight. They never miss a game on Fox Sports Midwest. Big Cardinal fans. Hector Rondon is warming up at the Cubs pen, and quickly it's 0-2. And from what we hear in talking with those that scout the game and some of those inside the Cardinals system, there are more arms on the way. Very good arms. Guys that could potentially get here next year. That is something else.
You always want to replenish them. But it's hard to imagine where you
I was going to say, yeah, where are you going to put them?
What a great problem to have.
Well,
Exactly.
where you're going to put them, and I'll go back to it one more time, is going to be a question that's going to have to be answered in about 3 days as far as the playoff roster. Because you can't put all of them on the playoff roster that you want on the playoff roster.
Segrist steps, throws, makes the play.
But this guy will be one of them, to be sure.
To be sure.
This might be the time in a 7-0 lead. Give the 8th inning to Edward Mejica and see
that's
what
no
you got.
doubt. That's a great idea, Dan. And I'm sure Mike Matheny and Derek Lilliquist have already thought that out as he's warming up.
Yeah, there he goes.
Do you have a direct dial to the Cardinal bullpen? I mean, I saw him jump up the second you said that.
Hold on, I'm taking the headset off.
I like it. Or is that just telepathically? How did you make that happen?
Mike, it's Dan. Get Chief up. All right, buddy. Thanks. Click. That's how it works.
Nobody's ever accused you of that before, have they?
Not surprised.
Al, you've accused me of many things.
Often correctly.
Ouch.
Not always. Not always.
I'm just the guy just trying to do the game, and you two experts.
Yeah.
I felt quotes around that word.
I just let you two show off your expertise.
Insert foot in mouth.
We've had a fun year. 1-2. Hit back and fouled.
You know, Dan, we've had a fun year because of the players on the field. You know, it's just year after year after year we see winning baseball and so many things this year to look forward to the future. And a lot of it is that pitching we're talking about.
Put it this way, barring injury, major injury, this team and franchise is set up to win for a number of years. Now, a lot of things have to go right, clearly, but on paper, the health of this franchise is unlike maybe any other team in baseball.
And a franchise can set players up for success. They can set managers up for success. But I think Al is 100% right. At the end of the day, it's still the players doing it. And
this is going to be backhanded by Carpenter. Oh, what a play by Matt Carpenter.
And there's an example. A player, you either do it or you don't. You can coach him, you can draft him, you can develop him. When it comes down to it, it's Matt Carpenter against that baseball.
And Mike Matheny has liked what he's seen from Segrist. Loved this play by Matt Carpenter, who's made himself a terrific second baseman. A very nice play right there. Gets it by plenty. And we're going to see the Chief, Edward Mejica.
Big outing for him coming up. And you can find out more. They do these private parties and barbecues with the players. You'll watch some of the game action. Great place to go, Jupiter, Florida. You'll be ready. Cardinals.com/spring travel.
You mentioned, Dan, an important game for Edward Mojica. 64th appearance, or Chevy called to the bullpen. I would expect, Al, that we would see Chief for more than just one batter. Maybe he goes to Anthony Rizzo whenever that plate appearance would occur. Maybe an inning and a third if he could get these 4 in a row. And a good start.
Got one pitch to get out of this inning, and I agree with you. We want to see more of it.
Time to stretch. 7-0 St. Louis. Who is the Cardinals' offensive MVP this season? And it is Matt Carpenter, 64%. Craig had 13. Yachty also in there with 20+. We're back at Busch Stadium in St. Louis. 3-man booth tonight on Fox Sports Midwest. Hector Rondon, our Chevy called to the pen, 44th appearance. Matt Hungarian, Al Hrabowski with us. Rick Horton, I'm Dan McLaughlin.
Been all Cardinals so far. The offense has showed up. Lance Lynn could not have been better. And we have some action in the Cardinal bullpen. I wonder if that's all we're going to see of Edward Mojica. I'm a little disappointed if that's the case. I would like to have seen him pitch more.
I agree with you, but I guess we can look at it this way, that they wanted to make sure that it was just a positive outing, and with one pitch, hopefully we'll see more of him this weekend.
See him again. Yeah,
we're going to have to see him again.
Yeah.
Here is John Jay, on base a couple of times. 1 ball, 1 strike, and you would think this would have been the perfect time to do it.
Well, and I think the point with Mojica that we're all thinking, and I think Cardinal fans are realizing too, is look, he's been our guy. He has been the guy. And yes, he struggled lately. So now that he's struggled, where does he fit? Where does it feel like he fits? And if you don't kind of let him out there, where do you put him?
And I think he was just a little bit of fatigue. So now he's had a little bit of a break. There's no reason why he can't go back and pitch, successfully.
Not saying about mentally that he was thinking too much, that he had the issue with the back of the shoulder.
I mean, he had a little bit of a physical problem that would restrict his movement, the throwing shoulder. But I think that is subsided. He's healthy now. Now he's got to get his mind sharp. And I'm not saying he reclaims the closer role, but he can go back to that 7th and 8th inning role, which he, was phenomenal in last season.
And years before that with the
Sure,
Padres. I mean,
exactly.
could not have been better.
So however you want, you get a productive reliever again.
Jay back to Rondon. Underhands. One away. So again, we'll be on the air tomorrow at 2:30. And we keep repeating this because we know certain fans are in and out of the telecast. So those of you just joining us, if you had a ticket for tomorrow or were planning on watching the game coming away at 5:30, that has changed. We understand there's bad weather coming in. So 6:15 first pitch is now at 3:15. And we'll come your way on Fox Sports Midwest at 2:30. Edwin Jackson and Adam Wainwright tomorrow. On pitch to Pete Kozma. Lefties started this game. Call them co-starters, if you will, for the Chicago Cubs. Travis Wood, 1 inning to get to 200. Brooks Raley then came in and pitched the 2nd inning. So Pete Kozma with a lefty on the mound made the start at short. Bob Nightingale of USA Today had a very interesting read, and it featured 2 teams going in different directions, and it talked about the Carpenter Game 5 start that he had in the National League Division Series of 2011, and how the 2 teams have gone in really different directions. And the Phillies were built to be a dynasty with their pitching, and no reason to think that they would, but a lot of injuries. Age has caught up, and now the Cardinals have had this infusion of youth where the Phillies just haven't had that.
And the fact that Carpenter had that magnificent game where he outpitched his good friend Holliday. But talking about the, what was it, 270 innings or so he pitched it that year in the postseason, that may have contributed to his physical problems of today, and he says no regrets.
It was some game, wasn't it?
Oh,
could not have been better. I mean,
went for the ages.
All of the elements in it for the kind of the classic baseball fan, and what you wish for, pitching duel.
Well, and then how about the, 1 run scored and it holds up. And it's first inning, wasn't it? First inning run.
Long at bat by Skip Schumacher against Holliday, and really the image I take away from it, there's 2. Carpenter screaming at the end of the game when they won. I mean, it's a great image. And then the other one is Ryan Howard.
Yeah.
Laying on the ground.
You know, and in pain with that Achilles heel.
And that became pretty, maybe a poetic reference to what was going to go on with the Phillies there the next season when the age did catch up to him. And almost like they all got old at the same time.
Jimmy Rollins,
Utley.
Yeah. Pitching staff.
Well, the interesting thing is some of those guys, Utley, and they re-upped them. And we'll see if that was a mistake.
Colton Wong at the plate. Here's a 1-0 pitch. 97 from Rendon.
Rule 5 pick.
They really like him too. As Dale Swain was saying before the game, we don't consider him Rule 5 anymore. Power arm, a developing slider. He's got the good fastball, and his last 7 outings, 1 hit, no runs. So they feel this is a pretty good find.
Well, it's also, he's an experienced guy. It's 9th overall season. So Originally signed with the Cleveland Indians, his first year with the Cubs, but 9th overall. He's had 120 minor league games, all but 7 as a starter. And he's already gone through the Tommy John surgery. He had that in 2010. Sometimes those Rule 5s are a young kid, and other times there's somebody who's been around quite a while but just can't make a 40-man roster.
2-2 pitch. There's one of those young players that will be an impact player, you think, next year. When I say impact, maybe an everyday player. 3-2. And Long hits it out to deep right center field. And it is caught on the track. Gave it a ride. We're through 7. And the Cardinals have a 7-run lead. Presented by the authority of the St. Louis Cardinals and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the St. Louis Cardinals. Crowd tonight over 44,000. Now they're starting to get a little buzz in the air. Fans are starting to sense it a little bit. 6 outs away from an NL Central championship. Carlos Martinez in our Chevy call to the pin, his 20th appearance. And if anybody has emerged from the Mojica, I don't say injury, but at least his less work that we've seen, it's been Carlos Martinez. I mean, this is the guy that really has emerged coming out of the bullpen.
And you would say that Rosenthal has emerged in one way because he's throwing the 9th, but you would say that Carlos Martinez has emerged as a person of interest for the postseason because of his upside. And that
like
upside,
99.
that's part of the upside. Well, we've talked a lot about how you like guys with plus stuff in October. There's just something about those playoff games where you want to see a guy coming in bringing it. And there's a few of those guys in the Cardinals bullpen.
From 99 to an 81-mile-an-hour breaking ball. That's what he's going to have to do to really capitalize on the live fastball that he has.
Ooh, just missed on the outside
101.
corner. 101 on the gun. Junior Lake at the plate. Last time the Cubs were in St. Louis, he was getting an extensive look in left field after the trade of Alfonso Soriano to New York.
That's the kind of pitch you say it sounded like it was outside.
when you have a power arm like this, you can pitch around, mistakes in location. There are times, though, you see that high octane fastball go back out, as teams are pretty easy on centering it. Just with a breaking ball there, but a good effort.
Your comment's exactly what Mike Matheny said about Waka, how good he was the other night. He said his location was terrific, but even when it wasn't, it didn't really matter because his stuff was so good.
A 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss, 100 on the gun.
There's a good example there too. He misses location, but he can throw it right by you because this one does have a little movement up. A little hop on that, top of the strike zone. He gets a strikeout.
Wow.
Again, a reminder, Cardinals hold on and win this game. We'll have the celebration from the clubhouse. Jim Hayes will be down there. Exclusive coverage here on Fox Sports Midwest. Starlin Castro at the plate.
He's had a good night.
3 for 3, couple of singles and a double.
But Dan only batting .247.
It's hard to believe for a guy that was racking up all the hits first couple of years.
And they signed he and Rizzo to long-term contracts to be the centerpieces of their rebuilding project. And you kind of wonder, have their growth been retarded?
One-two pitch to Castro. Also seeing the demeanor of Martinez, who has a little flair to his game, but he's also pitching with a lot of confidence too right now.
Yeah, it's a controlled flair. And you can see that sometimes you let that get away from you, but I think to have flair and personality, I think it's a good thing. Oh my.
Goodbye. How nasty was that?
That's not even fair, Al.
No, but it gets your attention, doesn't it? Especially a little breaking ball, look a little late breaking down on the black after a pitch that's running inside. Just the way it's designed to be.
Tight breaking ball, right in the right spot, thrown hard. This is the best we've seen him all year long.
We've seen a couple times where you put a lot of check marks behind him. And then there's been a couple times when things start going south, he doesn't know how to stop it, which he should be able to with the good stuff he has. Look at that
Ball
up
just
and in.
explode.
This is one of those times where you back off the mound and you say, which way do I want to strike him out? Curveball, fastball in, fastball away. Which one do you pick?
1-2 and a base hit into center off the bat of Donnie Murphy. So 2-out hit. But I think tonight, Rick, and here's what you're talking about. You're seeing the full complement of pitches from Carlos Martinez, and you're understanding why the Cardinals are using him in a role that is increasing with importance as we go along.
He's earning it. He's earning that role, and you earn it by having command of multiple pitches and by being trustworthy. I mean, if you can't trust somebody with the 8th inning, then you can't give it to him. And you're certainly not going to give it to him in October. But if you feel like you can trust him to make good pitches more often than not, and high quality pitches, and we've seen nothing but that from Martinez despite the base hit.
There's a ground ball hit to the right side, taken there by Carpenter.
I trust him with the 8. Oh yeah.
They can sense it here at Busch Stadium. 7-0 St. Louis. the smooth and distinctive Budweiser Black Crown. And by Ford, the official cars and trucks of the St. Louis Cardinals. A night in which St. Louis can clinch the NL Central Division. They lead Chicago 7-0. They are 3 outs away. Last 5 Cardinals to lead the National League in hits: Pujols, McGee, Templeton, Torrey, Flood. But Joe Torre in 1971, 230 hits. Rosenthal is loosening in the bullpen.
That's when Joe hit, what was it, 363, something like that. 25 home runs, 137 RBIs. And, you know, Carpenter's he's going to lead the league in hits. They aren't going to catch him unless, was it Murphy or somebody gets about 15 or 16 this weekend.
Got to go 5 for 5 3 days in a row. I don't think that's going to happen.
And Matt could use another one for another multi-hit game.
Chang Yong Lim. Chevy called to the bullpen. ERA is near 7 in his 5 appearances. Cubs have a lot of names we haven't seen before on this roster. Trying to get a look at some of the players that were in their minor leagues.
About the Cardinals handling a lefty that they hadn't seen before. Raley gave up 3 runs in his 3 innings of work after the Cardinals were pretty tough on the first left-hander, Travis Wood, in the first. A 3 spot there.
And then played, prior to joining the Cubs, he played the last 17 seasons professionally in Korea. It was for 96 to 07, then in Japan for 2008 through 12. Second oldest pitcher since 1901 to make his major league debut with the Cubs.
Here's a 1-0 pitch to Carpenter, sitting on 199 hits.
He made his debut and then was 37 years of age, 3 months and 4 days. Experienced.
And he has the almost classic motion that we've seen from pitchers from Korea before. Kind of, I'm going to pitch. No, I'm not. Okay. Now I'm ready. It's a pretty classic style, and you'll see it. We had a chance to play against the Korean national team when I lived up in Alaska and played in the summer league team there, and all the pitchers are really taught the same way. Kind of just a way of just kind of making sure you stayed back long enough. And he's back all right.
2-1 pitch inside to Carpenter.
The other thing that we noticed of all the pitchers that we faced is they all would play long toss for about 30 minutes before they would do their bullpen to get ready for a game. I mean, it was long, right in front of the dugout.
And I used to see some of the Asian teams that when they take their pitcher out, the starter out, he'd throw down the bullpen until the game was over.
Good rip, fouled back. So Pujols had 200 plus hits in 2003 and 212 that season. And Carpenter 1 shy of 200.
It's already going to be a good night for Matt Carpenter. But how about that 200th hit?
Make it very special. A 3-2 pitch. Hit out of play.
Usually when Matt has one of these extended at bats, it ends up good for him. '78 RBIs.
Three-two on its way. And Carpenter draws a walk. So patient. On base for the 3rd time. 2 walks and a single tonight. Here's Shane Robinson, a fly out first time up. 2-0 pitch.
One thing you dream of is being on the mound to clinch an important game. And you wonder if that's going into the thought process of Mike Matheny as he gets Trevor Rosenthal loose for the ninth, almost as if he's trying to prepare him for big moments, get used to those big moments. Looks like he'll pitch the ninth.
That's what, four in the last 5 days, 4 appearances.
2-2, and it swung on and missed. Now the Cardinals have, including tonight, 3 games left here at home. They have 51 wins at Busch Stadium. Previous high 52 in 2010 here at Busch Stadium 3. Home runs tonight, a couple of those. David Freese into right center. Nissan drive of the game. Matt Holliday would go down to get one. Puts it in the Cubs bullpen. It's added up to 10 hits tonight and a 7-run St. Louis lead. Fastball to Holliday. Take it for a strike.
Clinching with style.
Cardinals have been walked 7 times by Cub pitchers.
And a hit batter.
And no walks from Cardinal pitchers and 11 strikeouts. There's style for you. Doing it right. Winning a World Series is a solid 10 as far as feelings are concerned. But when you win a division with guys you've been playing with for 6 months, I'm going to call that a solid 8 in terms of how that rates. I mean, it's just a big accomplishment. Cardinals are 3 outs away from doing just that.
If we get to the ninth.
You worried that this 8th won't end?
I'm worried it won't end.
I think eventually it will, but there is some rain in the forecast.
Well, I mean, if he throws a few strikes, it might end.
Taken low and outside by Holliday. 3-2. The Cubs will have Navarro, Shearholtz, and Sweeney due up, looking ahead to the ninth.
Always intrigued about what players do, how they enjoy the moment, what they say after the game, and we'll have that for you, assuming the Cardinals can get this done.
But you know, Ricky, every time we listen to an interview by these young players, they say everything perfect.
They really do.
They really say everything. They're complimentary to the opposition. They pay respect to the history of the game. They do everything the right way, and that's really refreshing.
There's some training going on in that.
Yep.
That starts early, and you and I both had teammates, and we won't name them, that when there was a microphone in front of them, you kind of cringed a bit until they were done.
There's some broadcasters I feel that way about too.
Yeah, actually, I didn't mean us.
It
Dan,
wasn't
but
you, Al. You give me that dirty look. Come on. It was Ricky.
Just happy to be here. Give it 110%.
You got it. This could be a double play. Castro steps on the bag, and that will send us to the ninth. 44,000 have stuck around. You know why. 3 outs away from a clincher.
In St. Louis, coming up after the game on the post-game edition of Missouri Lottery Cardinals Live. Pat Paris and Jim Edmonds are standing by. The Cardinals close in on a division title. Should they clinch, we'll go inside the Cardinal clubhouse for live coverage of the celebration. We'll have interviews, analysis, and probably some burning retinas as well. Dan, Al, Rick, all the fun just 3 outs away.
All right, Jim, get ready. Some of the fans on their feet, you know, as we get closer to that third and final out, they'll all be on their feet. It's our Chevy call to the pen. Trevor Rosenthal into the ball game, and the Cardinals have a lead of 7-0 and a chance to clinch. This is Navarro. First pitch taken high. Little flare into shallow right, and it drops in for a base hit. Leadoff man is on. Our player of the game, presented by Budweiser. Tonight's starter, Lance Lynn, winds up just 2 strikeouts shy of 200 for the season. 9 tonight. Very, very good.
Did go over the 200 innings pitch mark.
Nate Sherholtz. Fastball and a strike. Oh, 1 pitch. Can't catch up to that at 97. Very late with the swing.
And as soon as you dial in that fastball, he throws a changeup on you.
He may have one of the best changeups on that Cardinal staff.
Walker's got a pretty good one.
Yes,
but
he does.
His has become very effective.
Again, we'll have exclusive coverage of the celebration in the clubhouse after the third and final out. Can only be seen here on Fox Sports Midwest.
Here comes the changeup now.
And a broken bat that's hit foul. Cameras are ready to go inside the Cardinals clubhouse. You'll hear from the players. You'll see the celebration. a long season. Who would have thought that Jason Mott would be out? No Chris Carpenter, no Rafael Furcal, and yet this team has a chance now 2 outs away from wrapping up the Central Division here in 2013. So much adversity for this club, and yet they have found a way to win. They've had emerging stars.
Jaime Garcia out with surgery also. Put him on that list. You know, Ricky, what you're talking about with being on the mound to clinch a division. I played with a guy named John Warden in 1968. He was on the mound for the Detroit Tigers when they clinched, and he probably got another 5 to 8 years of professional baseball because he was on the mound when they clinched, but it happened to be in August. So it wasn't like it was the last week of the season. But he had that reputation as, okay, you're a winner. And he always liked to say that he and Denny McClain that year won 34 games.
Swing and a miss, 2 away. Let's hear the fans. August 7th, the final home for Chicago. 2 outs, top of the 9th, 1 out away from clinching the division. Fastball on a strike at 98 from Rosenthal. 44,000 plus, and they're on their feet here at Busch Stadium. Here's the 0-1. Ground ball. Diving stop. Kozma throws. Not in time. Now that would have been some way to end it.
Still an outstanding play. Kozma scrambled to his feet, goes to his right, dives for that ball, scrambles, gets up, throws low. Adams Pickett, and Bogusevic beats it out.
We mentioned earlier that the Cubs have seen 2 celebrations already. And they're 1 out away from seeing another one, and this would be a celebration of players performing, scouts getting the right people, coaches developing right, managers pushing the right buttons, and fans coming out and supporting us all season long.
Darwin Barney looks at strike 1.
Season like this, a game like this, and what Rosenthal has done this year with his over 100 strikeouts, you need to end this game on a strikeout.
0-1 pitch, ground ball up the middle. Carpenter throws to first. He got him! A season defined by youth. A season defined by clutch hitting. It's now a championship season. The Cardinals, the 2013 National League Central champions. The Cardinals' 10th postseason trip in the last 13 years. The final 7-0 over Chicago.
So many things have to go right for a ball club to win. You have to overcome injuries, things that happen that you just can't prepare for. but nobody could have expected to see 20 rookies come up and have such an impact, particularly the young pitchers who have won 36 games this year. Those rookie pitchers, this has been a fun ride.
And the coaches let them celebrate collectively together first, and watched from the Cardinals dugout like proud parents as the players connect and celebrate on the infield, and now they join them. And what a great scene this is here at Busch Stadium, and the fans are still on their feet loving it.
2013 NL Central champions, the St. Louis Cardinals.